yesterday. Oh, and come to think of it, I forgot to write in my journal the day before yesterday as well. I've been constantly fiddling with my device or laying down with a headache. This device is interesting, or rather, reading about various things feels interesting. You see, in the future world, I never had the chance to read letters like this. In fact, we didn't really know what letters were, though there was something like a combination of symbols. When selecting what I want from the provisions, we could choose on our own, but the information we saw was made up of images, symbols, or a combination of simple illustrations, if I could describe it that way. We used those things in place of letters here, so we didn't have characters that represent different words. I learned about combinations of symbols to some extent, studied them with everyone at the Foster Center, but for important notices, well, if there was something necessary, like at the workplace, we would just communicate it verbally. There was a machine that connected to somewhere, and by pressing the button on the wall, what we said would be conveyed to the other side. They would respond if necessary, though I barely heard the other sides of voices. That's why when I received all sorts of information before coming here, the concept of letters also entered my mind along with it. I learned to read, but recently I might have been overdoing it, reading so much. Perhaps because I'm doing something unfamiliar, I get headaches or eye strain from staring at letters too much, and maybe that's why I don't feel motivated to do other things. I wonder if people here don't get tired in that way. Maybe they're used to it, so they're fine being surrounded by letters. I find letters mysterious. We never had trouble in the future as we communicated orally, but it seems that letters can convey far more information than our symbol combinations. I wonder why letters disappeared. In the underground, people are descendants of different places, so maybe it was difficult to decide on one type of letter to use. Or seeing how exhausted I've become from reading letters on my device recently, letters might have been considered a negative thing and were abolished to eliminate such side effects.